today we've got a situation where every member of the Massachusetts congressional delegation is a Democrat. Every statewide office holder is a Democrat. For 12 years or whatever it was, we had the anomaly of a Republican governor, but now that's been done away with. Virtually every member of the legislature is a Democrat. What is it about Massachusetts that makes it impossible, apparently, for Republicans to gain traction? And I'll just add one layer to that. I used to think that the problem was a failure to actively recruit candidates. But Mitt Romney apparently put the lie to that theory by engaging in very aggressive recruitment of Republican legislative candidates, more than 100, I think, only to see every one of them defeated. So what is it in the water, in the air, in the political culture that makes Massachusetts so blue?
Well, I mean, that's a complicated question, and I don't pretend to have a full answer to it. You might want to call in some, I think there's a few historians in the audience tonight who can help shed more historical context, but we've always been a state with a great deal of exceptionalism. We're, after all, the home of Thoreau and Emerson, of the Revolutionary War thinkers and leaders. We've always been a place that thought of ourselves in a special way, a culture that held a special place in American history. We've always had our share of hubris, I guess, and hubris can be a good thing when it's in the hands of great and brilliant men and women. But in the hands of this generation, the baby boom generation, I think we've seen it somewhat unexpectedly mutate into something unpleasant and destructive. And it hasn't helped that the Republican Party here never really made the transition into the modern era of republicanism. Ray Shammy tried. I know you worked with him when he was in charge of resurrecting the party back in the mid-1980s. He tried to connect Massachusetts republicanism with the Reagan Revolution and at that time, the reinvigoration of that party into more of less of a country club affair and more of a working man and woman's party. And that never really took root here. The Democratic Party kind of crushed any semblance of that fairly early on. It didn't help that the end result of the Republican Revolution of 1990 was the election of a Brahmin Republican who cared not at all for party building, William Weld, and in the end didn't really care that much for the state at all, as it turned out, was eager to get out as quickly as he could. So there's no there anymore for the Massachusetts Republican Party, and in the face of what I believe to be this sort of toxic generational impact on it, the center can't hold.